So my Graflex 2.0 kit from Korbanth in America arrived this morning, so I'm going to quickly unbox it, show you what's inside, and then I'll skip forward ahead a bit and give you my opinion on it. This is the point where I can't get into it, of course. The box was smaller than I was expecting, I'll admit. Right, so we've got packing paper with lots of Japanese or Chinese text on it. So what have we got here? I guess that'll be the main lightsaber. That's the box gone. So we've got the T-grips, we've got D-ring in there, we've got all the switch housings, other bits of screws and other things, another D-ring, part of the glass eye thing, we've got a bubble strip, circuit board, two of the switches here, and then yes, this is, yes, that would be interesting to read later. This is the Graflex itself. Right. So yeah, let's see if I can get this apart. No idea what I'm doing, I'll be honest. Oh, so there needs to go, there's a little, don't know if you can see that, but there's a little screw there which I expect will need to come out to take off the Graflex clamp. The pommel will unscrew somehow. I'll just have to get a Allen key, stick it in there. Yeah, you can see it's hollow right the way down. Let's see it. Cool, well, I'll come back to that later and give you my opinion on it. So today is April the 3rd, so quite a bit of time has now passed for me since I unboxed the Graflex kit back in January. As you can see now, the Saber is complete. It's the Force Awakens version of it, so you've got the grips of this style instead of being full without the screws. You've got circuit board strip instead of the calculator bubble strip. You've got glass eye or aluminium eye instead of the red button, and that style of D-ring. And as far as I know, correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I know, that's all the differences there are between this version and the A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back version. So I'd hoped to do the install myself, but after looking into the tools I would need and time it would take, I decided it was best to send it off to an installer for me, and then I'd also be guaranteed a good quality install. So if you've subscribed to KR Sabers on YouTube, you'd have already seen this particular saber, so I'll keep this short. If you don't subscribe to him though, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description box below. I sent this off to him as he's based in London in the UK, which is only a few miles south of me, and he did a stunt install with a Pololu Momototi latching board, which means I can use a tactile switch up here, which has a nice small travel, rather than this, like a latching switch, which always has an awfully long travel to it. So there's a Tricary Royal Blue LED in here, which is very, very bright. Bear in mind it's a 7/8 inch blade socket, so you'd expect it to be slightly dimmer, but this has definitely got to be the brightest saber I own. So this is with the blade plug-in. So the blade plug-in here is a KR Sabers Graflex version 2.0, which is designed to imitate the socket which would be on top of the Graflex flash gun, which sits in here. So you can see it's, oops, you can see it's got aluminium on the outside there with a brass machined plug up there, and that just sits in the top. You squeeze the button here slightly and it drops in. If you don't know what Graflex is, actually, Graflex are a camera manufacturer from the 1920s, I think, maybe 1926, and amongst other things, obviously cameras, they also produce flash guns. And so Lucasfilm basically took one of the Graflex flash guns and added T-grips to it, might have been windscreen wipers, I'm not entirely sure of the specifics. So added grips to it at the bottom here. They took out their bulb. There would have been what looks like a standard 100-watt halogen bulb. There would have actually been magnesium back in the day, and would have removed the reflector dish. So for the purpose of this video, reflector dish would have sat up there with a bulb in front of it. The dish would have actually been a bowl shape to reflect light that way when the flash gun was here. and then you basically have your lightsaber from a Graflex camera flash. To get to the internals, you open up the lever and you unscrew the bottom section. This has got a long threading on it, so it's nice and secure, which is good. And then inside, there's a custom 3D printed chassis in there, which is bolted, I believe, to there's a large aluminium section up here, which you can just about see in there if I were to hold this in camera. You can't really see it, and never mind. Yeah, so 3D printed chassis, which has David O chassis on it there. Your 18650 lithium ion battery with a bit of ribbon just to make it easy to get out. The battery is very tightly fitted in so that it never pops out if you're dueling or spinning with it, but it means it's hard to get in and out sometimes. And so Cal sent me this piece of ribbon which just goes under the battery, so you can just put on the ribbon and the battery pops out. And then you've got your Plolu moments where you're just latching board, so you can see when I turn the saber on. Got a little red light which comes on just to tell you the board's working. And then screw it back in place. Oh, and by the way, this stand is my own creation. You can just about make out the word Graflex on it. That Graflex logo, the font and all the lines on the original prop, on the original flash gun, would have been written around the lever clamp, but for the sake of the movies, Lucasfilm put a bit of mylar tape, which is just very reflective silver tape, over the word Graflex. So for this replica, it's been omitted. So I put it on the stand. I have access to laser cutters, and I had some spare time the other day, which is a rare thing. So I decided to make myself my own stand. So this is a fairly standard trans white 7/8 inch blade from the Custom Saber shop. So you just undo the, I just have this thumb tight for the sake of display purposes. I'll try and focus this a bit closer. So yeah, slotted screw here, which Cal replaces. It would have been a button head screw, that's the word for it, but it's more accurate to have it as a slotted screw. Pop out the blade plug, blade goes in. Again, you just squeeze on the bunny ears slightly to open up the top of the clamp, and then that just slides in place. And I'll just do this thumb tight for now. But if you're going to be dueling with this, you'd want to tighten that with a screwdriver. And you've got your blade. So actually, the camera's not doing too bad a job of picking up the colour. In real life, the colour's slightly darker than this. It's deeper blue than that. Although for some reason on the stand, it's reflecting off as being purple. That's just to do with the way cameras pick up blue light, particularly blue light right near the very end of the visible spectrum. Because our eyes have a wider spectrum range than cameras do, they always seem to struggle picking up blue. And I'll just pop the blade plug back in. So I think Korbanth has now sold out of all of his Graflex 2.0 kits, but if you do ever get the chance to pick one up, I really highly recommend it. It's a beautiful piece of artwork. And then the install by Cal at KR Sabers is also fantastic, and I highly recommend his work to you. Again, a link to his channel is in the description box below, and I'll put a link to his Facebook page down there as well. Well, I said I'd try and keep this short, so I'll wrap up there. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments box below, and I'll try to respond as many as I can. If you like this video review, hit like and subscribe. I'll be posting more video reviews of lightsabers as and when I can afford them, and maybe the occasional other interesting thing too. So thanks for watching.